Chalo. Chalo, sir. So again, very good evening to everyone. And I hope I'm audible as well as visible to everyone. You guys can see me, hear me clearly, sir. Chalo. So with that being said, let us start with the session. Let us just start with the session again. As always, as we are doing for the last few weeks, we will discuss topics. So today, this week, the topic will be average. The topic for this week will be average, sir. So we will have an understanding of which subtopics to do, which things to do from this particular topic. Again, let me just say, average is one of the most important topic. Very important. 100% you will get questions from this particular chapter. More, you see, I like said questions, not question. So this is plural, meaning there's a strong chance you will get multiple questions. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's understand this. Achha, first of all, this is the QR code. If you want to join this, the Telegram group, this is the QR. Now, let's come back to this. Again, from average, you can expect on an average 2 questions per shift. 1 to 2 questions definitely they can ask you per shift. You should be prepared to take those on. Now, I've given you in total 10 subtopics. If you notice, 10 subtopics which I feel these are a must. You must solve. You must know all these 10 subtopics. Meaning, if I say I'll ask you a question from either of these 10 subtopics, if you say yes, I'm ready, that means this chapter is prepared for you. You have to be ready till tier 2 level. Now, let's start, sir. First of all, from the basic concept. Now, basic concept, when I say, this is not like the every other chapter. Basic concept here means the basic concept of normal average, also the basic concept of deviation also you must know. Because this particular chapter deals with deviation. Otherwise, the questions will become, a certain number of questions can become a little on the lengthier side. So basics means deviation. Now deviation, the concept itself might not be very much basic. So you must have a very good understanding of this, because the entire, so all these types can be solved if you have a good understanding of deviation. So one subtopic I forgot to include. Okay, I'll just include that. Achha. Second is data change. Second is data change, sir. Data change means, you please understand, you will get this type of questions. Say 50% of the data was increased. So there are certain number of data. 50% of the data was increased by 3. And the remaining 25% out of remaining, so 25% like decreased by 4. So these type of data, so what will be the change, net change in the average? These type of questions are also very important. Again, if you have a good handling over deviation, you will be able to solve it. You will be able to solve it very clearly. Not difficult. Now comes the consecutive number questions. Again, last 3 to 4 years, this every year we had questions from this topic. If you have your concepts absolutely spot on, you can solve this particular question in 10 seconds. If you know. But again, if you don't know, it might take you long. Every year, at least 3 to 4 shifts. In at least 3 to 4 shifts of CGL, CHSL, MTS, NTPC, everywhere. You get questions from consecutive numbers, consecutive odd numbers, consecutive even numbers, sometimes of like prime numbers as well. Perfect. Now, partial average is the second or the next one, sir. Partial average meaning, sir, it will give you what? Let me just say this. So there are 12 numbers. The average of the all 12 numbers given, average of the first 5 numbers is this. Average of the last 8 numbers is this. Find the 7th number or the 6th number, something like that. So these type of questions are also very common. Very simple. Just if you use the basic concept, it can be done very easily. Very, very easily you can do this using the basic concepts. Perfect. Now, having said that, the next one, true average. The mistake type. Mistakenly, somebody's marks was like done or taken as 83 instead of 38. So what will be the correct average? Now, again, in CGL, don't expect to get only one mistake. They will make multiple mistakes, 2, 3, 4 mistakes at the same time. So again, you need to have a clear-cut understanding of that. Next, age-related questions, that is the average age. So age-related questions can be from two chapters. One part of age will come under the ratio chapter. So they will ask you based on ratio. The other types of questions are from average. So either you get ratio-based age questions or you get average-based age questions. So this is, you need to definitely practice a few. Now comes these three. These three generally come as a package, sir. Package deal. Inclusion, exclusion, replacement. If you ask me, you need to understand or you need to learn how to solve all three of these types using deviation. Because if you know deviation, you can solve it in 3 lines. And if you don't know, it will be sometimes, depending on the value, it might be very, very, very difficult calculation. It all depends on the values. So inclusion, exclusion, replacement. Now again, let me say this. Replacement especially, they can ask you the opposite as well, or rather, let me just say multiple replacements. पहले बता देते हैं, sir. They can ask you multiple replacements. So it is not like one person is getting replaced with another person. That is definitely there. It can be 5 persons are like getting replaced. Similarly, inclusion may mostly we deal with one person is coming in inside a group and the average is going up or down. You see, only 2 situations can arise. One person comes in, the average, say, let's say average weight goes up or it might come down. These are the 2 situations. Same goes for exclusion. A person goes out of the group and the average weight might go up or down. These are the couple of situations. But now you need also to prepare for whether, like if more than one person goes out, it might be 3% goes out or 3 new persons come in into the group. So you need to prepare for that. But again, if you learn the deviation concept, it will not be very much like affecting whether it's 1% or 3% or 30%. It is not going to affect you. Done? Achha, one thing completely slipped my mind. So just make, this is the 11th. So 1 plus 10 subtopics. I completely forgotten. That is weighted average. वो लिखना ही मैं भूल गया. So this will be the 11th subtopic definitely. 11th subtopic is weighted average, one of the most important. Now weighted average is a tricky. Now tricky means it is sometimes very, very easy. Nothing can be easier. Sometimes it is very tricky. Why? Please understand, because sometimes the values involved, it depends, everything depends on the values given. The values sometimes might give you a little problem with what? With your calculations. Calculations लेके थोड़ा गड़बड़ हो सकता है, sir. It is definitely a possibility. Now, what is to be done in that case? What exactly is to be done in that case? So whenever you are having that thing, so please understand, if you are getting stuck, using the normal concept, always weighted average concept may remember, you can use the alligation technique. Alligation technique can be used, and sometimes, again, depending on the values, we have seen alligation technique, the calculation using, like a calculation that you need to do using this technique might be a little less than the normal or the traditional technique. Not much. Again, if that's a lengthy question, allegation may be that question will remain lengthy, but again, it might give you a little relief. Last but not the least is miscellaneous, as average is also one of the chapters which can be combined with all the other chapters. So please understand there will be miscellaneous types in the over here as well. Now, please understand, and here there is like chance, a very big chance that you may get into a little tricky situation, meaning miscellaneous you've seen. The biggest misconception, let me just like spell it out. So I have seen, so in the time, speed and distance chapter, average speed. Sir, in especially the beginners who are like starting out, sir, if you ask most of them, sir, what is, let's say, average speed of a, like you have given them a like a question, you ask average speed. The most of the time they will do what? Average speed is average of the speeds, which is completely wrong. So please understand. So miscellaneous types may, you have to understand average speed is a different concept, which will be done in the time, speed and distance chapter altogether. But miscellaneous types have meaning, please understand all the types average along, or it is clubbed with another chapter, the questions where you need average concept along with another chapter's concept. Those will be considered miscellaneous. And again, average is a chapter from where this is done on a regular basis. You will get questions on a regular basis, like of that type. Average along with, say, like some other chapter. So please do these 11 subtopics. Do these 11 subtopics. It does not matter whether you are doing self-study, whether you are preparing from me or us, or whether you are preparing from somewhere else. Absolutely it doesn't matter, brothers and sisters. I'm telling this to everyone. From wherever you are preparing, or if you are choosing to prepare by your own, definitely in that case also, just go through these 11 subtopics. If you are in that stage or in that situation, if I ask you, I can ask you any question from these 11 subtopics, whether you are confident that you will be able to solve any question out of these 11 subtopics. If your answer is yes, yes, you give me the question, I will be able to answer, then that means you are ready. You don't need to worry. You do not need to worry. You are ready. This chapter is done for you. Okay? Practice, just give mocks. You don't need to practice this chapter or prepare for this chapter separately. So that till that point, you must prepare this chapter. This is the complete analysis of the chapter. So this was your first class. So tomorrow what I'll do, again I'll come back and we will, or I will definitely bring some easy but good quality PYQs for you guys. PYQs I'll bring and we will solve those questions. So again, definitely the questions will be from these 11 subtopics. Okay, definitely let me just say one thing. Like I cannot promise that I'll cover all the subtopics in one class. That's impossible. But again, I'll try my best to do as much as possible. Perfect. So that is something that I wanted to discuss in this particular class. Now, having said that, sir, just give me a second. So, having said that, if you guys want to join us for your preparation, you see the super elite, or we have just launched our new foundation batch. The classes have just started. This is the English medium batch. You can check it out in our websites. This is the new feature in our app. Also, this is the progress tracker. You can track your progress, what you have done, and you will get this. Okay? You will get this. And so if you just go into this and you will see what are the classes and stuff. So you will have all these classes. So you can go into the about section to understand what you will get here. And also the offer is live, the 25 million user celebration. So you can definitely, if you ask me, I'll ask you guys to go for the Super Elite subscription. Super Elite will give access to many exclusive features apart from all the courses vagera for a complete year. Perfect. So you can definitely check that out. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Same again at 5 o'clock. Till then, please take care, and I hope if you have loved it, loved the class. If that is the case, please do hit that like before you guys leave. And also, if you have any query, any feedback, anything at all, feel free to use the comment section for that. I will definitely reach out, like kind of reply back. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.